You can't help but love what ADA is doing in the charts right now. Yesterday was a fun, wild, volatile day. And I did, in fact, see a lot of people get negative and bearish as soon as ADA hit 78 cents and retraced down to 69 cents. Guys, that wasn't bad, wasn't bearish. It was structural perfection. And I want to show you guys exactly what I mean because, guys, we do this every time. These pumps aren't always straight up and to the right. You will see profit taking. You will see liquidations on the long side, which we did get yesterday. But we need to talk about this setup and what we might do from here. We need to also talk about a few big ticket items, huge day from institutional money. We need to talk about something possibly happening with Jerome Powell. We need to discuss something that the government has done for the first time since 2005. ADA's trending right now. All that and more in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So yeah, I think a lot of people have kind of fallen for the recency bias. There's still a lot of PTSD floating around the market, clearly, because a lot of people, even as we've had these times where we've pumped and we've retraced and we've pumped and retraced and people just get awfully bearish. Guys, this is a very extended rally here. And right now, the reason I keep these lines on my charts is so that I understand where these support and resistance levels are at. So I understand what price may do. And what we did was perfect tap on 78 cents, came back down to our long-term trend, perfect bounce off of it. And guys, right now we're building a bullish formation. This right here is a bull pennant. And guys, right now we're testing the top side of that. Little bit breached on the top end. Hopefully we can make a more extended rally out of that. And we'll talk about that more in this video. But yeah, this is nothing to complain about. This is nothing to be bearish about. In fact, everything around the crypto market is kind of working in our favor. Now, what I will say is that BTC is still holding structure around, 118K or so. It's great to see that after yesterday, us still being up around these ranges, still seeing BTC dominance do what it's doing. And I'll get into that more here in just a moment. But we had another big day from institutional money yesterday, $1.03 billion bought on the Bitcoin side. That is the second straight day of $1+ billion accumulated by institutional players. It's the only time in history we have done that. This is the 5th largest week in history from institutional money on the Bitcoin side. So guys, there's massive accumulation going on right now that people should not be bearish about. That is something that can have enough momentum to carry the market to some exciting highs. Now, what I will say is that, guys, ADA's trending. All right. Top 3 most searched coin in the world. It's up there with BTC and Ethereum. That's one of the reasons why it's doing so incredibly well. We're hitting some very thin liquidity levels, which is why we're seeing such volatility in terms of ADA. And that's a benefit because that's how ADA can very easily breach this 78 cents, break this psychological level. And then look where our next target is, guys. 85 cents, 90 cents, right? $1.08. Those are some levels that we do, in fact, need to pay attention to. Now, the good news is that we're getting good news in the crypto market. It came out yesterday that Jerome Powell is reportedly considering resigning. So that could obviously be a big deal for the markets. And maybe that doesn't change what's going to happen as far as rate cuts go, but that would instill a lot more confidence in the crypto market. Because right now, I think there's very little support that he has, especially from our industry. Now, what I will say here as well is the Treasury yesterday came out and reported the first surplus we have seen since 2005. It's a pretty big deal. And what they're actually saying is the reason for this is tariffs. Tariffs are actually causing money to flow in. All right. Now, we can argue back and forth all day about whether that's the case or not, but that's just the reports. And again, something that once again can instill a little bit of confidence in the crypto market. Now, what gives me a lot of positivity about what ADA can do here is the shorts still aren't getting out of the way. Despite that, the largest short squeeze we have ever seen, which took place the other day, we're still at a short imbalance. All right. We're seeing a 3% imbalance to the short side in terms of leverage, which is insanity to me. $1.21 billion. So they just keep adding more and more and more money to the upside. In fact, we look at open interest in terms of ADA, we're surging towards all-time highs there. So that's definitely something to pay attention to, because if the market really is confirming this move, if we keep making these extensions to the upside, things can move very, very quickly. That's exactly how ADA sets a new cycle high. And some people I saw were still complaining about ADA not being at an all-time high. Guys, these are the types of moves that kick things off and get us there. This is how you start these 300, 400, 500+% moves. Okay, we're doing it right now. It's just a question of, again, do we have the momentum to carry us there? Now, just kind of curious here, just taking a look back. Yeah, I mean, this rally ran into the weekend. So this is something where potentially we could get a weekend rally. It's going to depend on confidence. It's going to depend on how much volume there is as well. Over the last 24 hours, we did see a pretty significant drop off in volume. If you guys remember, we were like $240 billion the day before, down to $166 billion over the last 24 hours. ADA, though, up at $2.5 billion. So it's actually securing a much higher percentage of the market volume than it was the other day. So people are very actively trading ADA right now. Now, something that we have seen before is BTC dominance do exactly this. There was a couple comments talking about this, about being bearish on BTC dominance. You should not be bearish here at all. So we came down, we retested our 100-day moving average, bounced up to our 50, and I'm sure this is going to give people some PTSD, just as we've seen bounces back here, just as we saw this back here. So every time we've made an extended move down below this 100-day, we've done exactly this. Yeah, even take a look here. We came down, we touched, we bounced, touched the top of this, and then we extended down. Take a look back here on our more extended move that we had back in November into December. We actually came down, we touched our 100-day, bounced back to our 50, and then we extended down. And this can be traced back many times before. I think you can even go all the way back here. Excuse me. Yep. Touch, bounce, all the way down, right? So the point I'm trying to make is alts are trying to find out how much confidence there is in the crypto market. Are we going to get a BTC pullback? Is the capital that's on the sidelines confident enough to flow back into the crypto market? Those are the questions that are going to be answered, especially as we go through the weekend. We're kind of floating down here in no man's land in terms of USDT dominance. There's the potential that we could see a more extended drop. In fact, just kind of to point to something here, we chopped a little bit right back here in November, mid-November, right before we continued down. So I'm not going to complain about anything. Today could be an absolute nothing day. We might move sideways. And I want to remind people, even on this rally that ADA had in November, there were periods of consolidation. There were red candle days. But you can clearly feel a big shift happening in the crypto market. And it's a question of how much is this going to extend us? Where is this going to take us to? Okay. Now, something I did want to show you guys again, still do have my long position open in terms of ADA, 315% right now. I think it was as high as, what was it? Like 400% plus yesterday. I wasn't really paying attention when the market was rallying, but still have my SHIB long open as well. That's 117%. And again, if you guys do want to check out either MargX or BTCC, there are referral links in the description below. You can earn up to $10,000 in deposit and trading bonuses. Understand that there is risk that comes with trading with leverage. So appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to have plenty of stuff to talk about today. And I'm very curious to see if we can muster up some of that momentum again from tomorrow and start breaking some of these resistance levels that we're seeing. So appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.